Hi and welcome to the channel. This video won't be exactly to talk about a gaming phone if we understand it on the literal sense, but instead I'd like the opportunity to tell you about how some flex devices can provide you an incredible experience while playing retro games, and for me the key of all this are the viewing angles. The thing is that for a couple of years I also had as a secondary device a Galaxy Flip 3. It helped me to understand when flex devices can be useful and on the other hand when you don't really need them, and I decided that this year, since the Galaxy Flip 5 had a substantial upgrade from this predecessor, it was the moment to upgrade. I'm sure you have seen awesome unboxing videos from other channels, but here you have another one from a commercial unit. Since the unboxing experience is pretty limited, I will increase the velocity. Now the closing mechanism looks much better and the feeling is more premium since there is barely no gap in between. And as you can see, this makes the device a bit thinner compared with older generations. My primary device now is a Red Magic 8 Pro, and the way a flex device helps me is when I seek for disconnection. I've been using this front screen for a couple of weeks and I can tell you it is awesome since it avoids unnecessary distractions, especially when you are on vacations or working and you only want to see the weather forecast, check your notifications, and do some selfies. And believe me when I tell you that besides you can watch almost every app thanks to an external launcher, it is not the purpose of this screen. But I have to admit that sometimes it is convenient to watch YouTube with the front screen on a train and be able to adjust the viewing angle. The device has the powerful chipset Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, but since it is very slim, the dissipation is not as good as a traditional gaming phone, meaning it will overheat and the thermal throttling will eventually happen after some minutes of intensive gaming. This means that with the screen open you can play every single game that you have in mind, but let's be honest, and if this is your primary device and you are an intensive gamer, I do not recommend it for the following reasons. Only 8 gigs of RAM, there is no option to upgrade it, the battery is small, only 3700 mAh, and the thermal throttling we already mentioned. On top of that, the flex screen can produce more light effects, and of course there is the hinge in the middle that eventually we will end up noticing it. But as we said before, this device is ideal to travel with it. Besides being small, it helps a lot to minimize the impact of the everyday notifications and focus in our lives. And in terms of gaming, we can benefit of the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance emulators out there such as Pizza Boy that allow us to split the screen and use the controls on the bottom one and the game on the top one and adjust or resize any button position. Because yes, you can play it flat, but then in order to get good viewing angles we have to sacrifice comfortability while holding the device. And precisely because Game Boy Advance games were designed to play in small screens, and thanks to how comfortably is to play it and adjust the viewing angles on the best position possible, I must admit this is an awesome device to emulate Game Boy games. Now I'd like to hear, what do you think about foldable phones? Have you ever tried them? Will you be interested in to buy one in the future? Do you think that at some point they can be brilliant gaming devices? I will read you on the comments, and please do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like content about gaming phones. See you on the next video.